Welcome viewers and subscribers to another JCP video. In this video I'm going to be going over a little bit of a tutorial on how to paint bland or cheap, if you may, case fans to suit the theme of your build a little bit better. In this video I'm using Xigmatech XSF fans, they're 120 by 25 millimeter fans. I think they produce 27 dBA and I think they push 32 CFMs. Don't quote me on that. That's just from the top of my head. I use these fans for the push-pull configuration on my RS360 radiator for my R&B build, and I didn't quite like the fact that they were black, and then my Intermax Magma fans on the front of my case were red. If you'd like to see those videos, go ahead and check out my channel. They are back further in date. But anyways, I took a regular fan that was black, this exact fan actually, and turned them into something such as this. Now the reason why most people tend to do this is they rather would go out and buy an $8 fan and a $4 spray can and spray it the color that they want to, rather than spending $25 to $30 per fan, depending on how many fans they use in their case. They can get quite pricey. All you really need to go ahead and get this project done is basically some tongs or doctor's utensils, whatever you want to call them, some Scotch painter's tape, and the brand of spray paint that you rather use in your specific color. I use Krylon. It's paint and primer basically. It's gloss. It's for indoor-outdoor use, and it's for plastics. Basically restores, protects, yada yada yada. Dries in 25 minutes or less is the thing you're really looking for, because you're going to be doing 1 or 2 coats maybe. It depends on how thick you really want to get it, or the base color of your fan. If you start off with a black and using like a lighter color like a yellow or something like that, it's going to be a lot harder to cover that black. So you might have to use 2 or 3 different coats, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get y'all on a close-up on a unopened fan, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take off the actual fan blade itself from the shroud. It's quite easy. It's just 2 simple steps, but stick with me. Now that we have our fan located in front of us and we have a better view, what you're going to have to do first off is locate the 2 stickers in the center of either side. There's one in the middle of the fan blade and one on the actual back end of the shroud itself. The one on the front you're going to have to remove just because you're going to be painting there. You don't want to paint straight over the sticker because it's not going to stick, and as well it's going to look a little tacky. Make sure you're getting all the goo and all the sticky, corrosive stuff off behind the sticker itself, so you're not actually ruining any paint that you're going to be painting over. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and get this sticker removed, and I'm going to show you what's under the back side. Now that we got both stickers off the fan itself, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to locate the back fan shroud. We're going to locate the rubber grommet or rubber stopper, whatever you want to call it, on the back of the shroud. It's right in the center. It does have a little bit of a oily substance on it. I guess it is for the bearings, so the bearings move a lot better. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick at that rubber until you get it off. It's quite tricky sometimes to get off, but there it goes. It's off now. It's a little bitty rubber. Now that you got this rubber grommet off of the back of your fan shroud itself, go ahead and put this in a plastic baggie or a cup or something like that so you don't lose it, because it's essential for putting your fan back together and it working properly. Now all that you have to do from there is locate this little green ring. It's right there on the end of the bearing rod itself. I don't know if it's a bearing rod, but there, it's a little rod. What you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to take your tongs, and you're just going to pull this little green Now that we actually got this little plastic clip off, we're going to go ahead and set it to the side with our rubber grommet. Make sure not to lose this, because if you lose this little thing, it will not be replaced. You cannot find them, you cannot buy them, and it's essential for putting the fan back together. Now, the last step, of course, is once you have the plastic clip off, is to just push the fan blades away from the shroud itself. It should just slide right out, and voila, you now have your fan blades away from the shroud. You can easily access it and paint it. Paint the fan blades, paint the shroud if you like. You just need to make sure that you tape off all this electrical stuff, tape off all the insides for the bearings and such. And for the actual fan itself, you need to make sure you tape all the way around this rubber grommet. You need to make sure that no paint gets on the inside, no paint gets on the actual rod itself. Just painter's tape is going to work perfectly. Just lay the tape over and cut a circle around it. I have some left over from when I painted it, the other fans red. And basically should just look something like this, completely covered. And then from there, you just need to find a place where you can lay it flat to paint it. And we're going to get to that here in just a second. When it is time to go ahead and paint the actual fan blade and or shroud itself, make sure first you choose an open and ventilated area so you can keep paint exposure as well as dust buildup to a minimum. A trick I used throughout the painting process was a little outdoor fan on a low setting to blow air across the top of what I was painting while I was painting to keep the air moving, not allowing any dust or debris to settle in. When actually painting, make sure you are using short but sweeping bursts at an even pace. Also make sure you are 7 to 10 inches, of course depending on paint and how comfortable you are with the coat you are getting, and most importantly continue to use the same distance throughout the painting process, allowing you to get an even coat. And always remember, take your time when doing these projects, because the more prep and homework you do, the better the product is going to be in return. I want to thank you again, viewers and subscribers, for viewing yet another Jesse's Custom PCs tutorial. I hope you are all able to take something away from this and translate it into your own computer modding. While I have you here though, can I go ahead and encourage each and every one of you to check out my new website, jessescustompcs.weebly.com. The link will be in the description below as well as on the screen. From here you can go ahead and keep up with all my latest giveaways and videos and all that good stuff. Please give me any feedback as well, as I'm taking any and all suggestions to improve the site itself. And of course, if you go ahead and accidentally click on an ad or something like that, I'm sure I'm not going to complain. Cough, cough. But this has been another JCP video. This is, of course, Jesse from Jesse's Custom PCs, out.